Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to start a new series by reading the entire Bible. But obviously, reading chapter by chapter in the standard KJV, that would take us quite some time to do, but we still might do it one day. This here's the Action Bible, which is what I have been reading out here recently. This is based on the King James Version, so it's the same stories. It's just, some of the stories are spread out in different, like for instance, Matthew talks about Jesus' death and things like that. And then when you get into, Mark and Luke, it talks about his birth. And so it kind of, it puts it in order and it simplifies it and helps us understand it. It's mainly for children, to understand it better. But it's the whole story, whole King James Version, everything, and like I said, after this, we're going to go back to the other Bible and do some reading out of that. But for now, we're going to start the whole series, starting from Adam all the way to, Adam and Eve all the way to the Revelations, again, based off the KJV, so it's all the same, So this way this will help you kind of understand the Bible better, and then so when we go to start reading in it, again, you will be able to, understand it better. So, we're going to start in the very beginning. It'll be very beginning of the Genesis book. Our first page of the book. In the beginning, there was nothing except God. Day 1, God's Spirit moved through the void. And God spoke, "Let there be light." So, in the beginning, and it's harder for us to wrap our minds around, but God was always here. He was always, he's always existed, everlasting to everlasting. So, one day he said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Reading in our next pages here. Day 2, then God separated the waters of the nothingness into the moisture and clouds of the sky above, and the drops and the waves of the ocean below. God named the skies heavens. Day 3, heavens, because there's levels of heavens. Heaven 1 is our sky. Heaven 2 is space. Heaven 3, obviously, the next level of heaven is, heaven, where we will go in the afterlife. Okay, so day 3, God named the lower waters the sea. He gathered together the waters of the sea, exposing dry ground. He named the dry land earth. On this land he made grass and flowers and trees. He made them with seeds so they could grow more grass and flowers and trees. The fruitful earth was a place of beauty. Day 4, then God fashioned the sun, the moon, and the stars to light the earth. And he set them in the heavens to mark the days, seasons, and years. So you got to think God's wisdom is terrific. But like I said, he had everlasting to think about all this that he could create. So, he created everything with a purpose, just like this, creating it to mark, the days, the seasons, the years, even creating trees and things like that with seeds so more could grow. So he thought of everything. So, day 4, he created space. He created, the stars, all the planets, the sun, all of that. Day 5, God said, "Let the water be filled with living creatures, and these seas and rivers swarmed with whales and fish." God said, "Let birds fly through the sky," and the open sky above the earth was filled with every kind of flying bird. "Be fruitful and fill the earth," God said. He blessed the living creatures of the sea and the sky, and God knew that it was good. So, God said, "Let there be creatures." So, all he has to do is speak with his tongue. He just speaks, and it comes into existence. He don't have, how they always like, in the like superhero movies where they're like struggling to do things with their minds and stuff like that. He just would speak, with ease, and these things would come into existence. He's, out of, superheroes, he is a superhero. He's, the best. He can do anything, And the thing about God is he could have, done stuff evil, but, he chose love and joy and forgiveness. So, You know, he created all the living, animals in the sky, and all the fish and things. So day 6, then God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures." And God made all kinds of animals, wild ones, tamed ones, even those that crawl on the ground. So on day 4, he would create, all of the animals, horses, bears, dinosaurs, insects, all that stuff. And they were all, calm creatures. They were, people are like, why do animals have sharp teeth? They were created with sharp teeth for the harder, tougher fruit, so they would be the ones to eat them ones, while the other ones with the softer, rounder teeth would be to eat the softer fruit. Then God created the first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve. So this simplifies it, but, God created a man in his image, so we are made in his image. Adam was lonely, though, while he was here, so he took the rib from Adam and made the woman, which was Eve. They were the greatest of all God's creations because he made them in his own image, to be a reflection of what he is like. God made Adam and Eve with souls that would live forever, and he planned for people to rule and live in harmony with every living thing on earth. It was never meant to be how it is now. God looked at everything that he made and knew it was good. It was all very, very good. Day 7, and on the 7th day God rested. God showed Adam and Eve the beautiful and the fruitfulness of the garden that they lived in. He told them, "You may eat from every tree except one, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If you eat from this tree, you will die." So he told them, you can eat from every... Many people are like, why was that tree there? Because God gives us a choice. This was to give Adam and Eve a choice. They can live in eternity, for many people to come. We would be there now in the Garden of Eden, and be there with God and loving God and all that, or they can turn the world on to what it is today, which is what they chose to do. But I thank you guys for watching. Again, we're going to continue this and read the entire Bible. So have a blessed weekend, and as always, take it easy.